Welcome, everyone. Welcome into this week's Water Signs live readings for the week of December 4th through December 10th of 2022. So, today, together with tarot and astrology, we will find spiritual guidance for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Guys, I will use timestamps, so just make sure to check in the description box and you can click on Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, and it will take you where you want to go. We are going to talk about the astrology a little bit before we get started with the readings. This is our third live this week, guys. So if you have already watched the astrology, I did not add anything other than Mercury retrograde down there on the bottom. And we will talk about that today. So if you've already watched, I do recommend using the timestamps. Again, they're going to be in the description box. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Unfortunately, I'm not able to put them on Twitch. So, yes, timestamps are available on Facebook and YouTube. All right. All right. So, the last couple of lives, we jumped right into the astrology and it went really well. So, that's what we're going to do today. Hi, Lulu. All right, guys. So jumping right in with December 3rd, hot dates, guys. Make sure to grab your calendars. Knowledge is power. Circle those dates, right? So December 3rd is actually a happy day. And Neptune is going direct in Pisces. I feel like this is going to be a good day, especially for those of you that are writing your dreams down. It's definitely about big dreams and manifestation. Neptune rules Pisces, right? And Neptune has been in a retrograde, which definitely can give you a little bit of a foggy mind. Like the path is not clear, right? Hi, Diana. So when it's going direct, Neptune, in the planet, I mean, in the sign, in the home, in the house that it represents, it's definitely in a happy, welcoming energy, right? So it's definitely a time to manifest and make sure you're writing those dreams down. Guys, if you feel like you don't dream, I promise you, you do dream. You just don't remember them. I would recommend writing down your first thoughts of the day. That definitely could help you pull out those messages that came through to you in your dreams. The next one, so Mercury is moving into Capricorn on December 6th, and this is about making communication concrete. Which means that you're going to start making some concrete choices, right? And you're going to start speaking the manifestations into existence. So you really want to make sure that at this time you say what you mean and mean what you say. Make sure on December 6th that you're using details and being very specific. All right. And then moving on down, we have December 7th there on the left side of your screen. And that's going to be the full moon in Gemini. That's what we're going to mostly pick up the energy of from today when we're doing our readings, because this is for the week of December 4th through December 10th. The Gemini full moon is very important for those of you on a very specific soul spiritual journey, right? That same one I'm on. So if you're drawn to me, this full moon is going to be very important for you. Remember, guys, all full moons are about releasing, but this full moon is actually going to teach you something. It's going to teach you an action that you're going to take later because it's going to fire up your curiosity. All right, December 9th, we have Venus moving into Capricorn. This is going to bring more understanding in your relationships, your intimate relationships. And remember, I don't necessarily mean like a significant other. It's people, excuse me, so sorry, people that you're super close with. I totally hiccuped. Hi, Miss Tina. All right, so on December 9th, when Venus moves into Capricorn, again, this is kind of what you've manifested. So you dreamed it into existence, and now you're going to start to actually make headway because you've aligned with the Venus energy, and it's going to help you move forward. On December 18th, we have the moon moving into Scorpio. I wrote this one down. I thought it was very important, especially again for those of you that follow me on our spiritual path. The moon moving into Scorpio is actually going to pique your psyche. So you really want to pay attention to your own spiritual powers and your own spiritual abilities at this time. I will say this, when I was studying this portion, December 18th, the moon moving into Scorpio, I did see that Scorpio, if you have a placement, so let's say you have your sun, your moon, Venus, Mars, Pluto in Scorpio, rising, of course, these could definitely, this December 18th moon moving into Scorpio could actually be a little bit of a trigger warning for you, because Scorpio could be trying to keep their spiritual abilities to themselves. I know I didn't really mention that a lot as we were going through the astrology this week, but I wanted to save that just for the water signs. Because again, out of the three, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, I did see where Scorpio, again, just because of the attributes, or I guess you could say like how Scorpio is, they're keeping their spiritual abilities to themselves until they feel confident in being able to express them to others. So again, December 18th, the moon moving into Scorpio could cause a little bit of a trigger warning because these spiritual abilities are going to become bigger, more open, harder to hide, right? And so what I will say, guys, is look at your water on your charts, and the water signs on your chart will tell you how this moon moving into Scorpio on December 18th will impact you personally. All right, let's keep going. So we have December 20th. We have Jupiter entering Aries. That's my personal favorite, as you can see by the flashy little heart. So Jupiter came into Aries about midway this year, and I was definitely we were growing. We had a little bit of a period where we spiked. And remember, guys, this is all authentic growth here. I mean, every one of you guys that follow me, I've either given you a reading in the Etsy shop or you've gotten a free reading on our lives. Most of you, I should say. I'm sure there's a handful somewhere that, haven't. But for the most part, it's all authentic growth, right? I've never bought any subscribers. I've never bought any followers. I was always told not to do that, and that's why it's very specific. I feel like it makes our tribe very specific for those of us again on the same spiritual journey, right? So we had a little bit of a peak around that time, and then things slowed down, and that's when Jupiter went into retrograde. Remember, guys, Jupiter doesn't really travel backwards; it just looks that way where it's at, right? But now, as Jupiter is going direct and it's moving into the first house of Aries, remember, Aries is the first house, it's actually starting a new life cycle. So, all week I've been saying there's a new sheriff in town, and I'm so excited about it. It's Sagittarius. I just want to say Sagittarius, my favorites, right? Jupiter is your favorite planet, also. So, I feel like Sagittarius could see some big impacts, of course. But what you want to do is you want to focus on being open and ready because as Jupiter goes direct and as Jupiter moves into Aries, remember, Aries, me, I'm all Aries, guys. It's everywhere on my chart. But so when it's moving into Aries, Aries is about action. It's about tangible action, something you can physically get up and go do right now. It's not like, oh, I wish I had $1 million so that I could I don't know, buy a farm, whatever. But you there's no action, you know what I'm saying, to get tangible action to get $1 million. You see what I'm trying to say? So when Jupiter is going into Aries, that changes. All of a sudden, these big dreams you've been having, these big manifestations. Erica, hi Erica, Aries rising, beautiful. Driven, right? You are super driven. But I feel like as Aries, I mean, as Jupiter moves into Aries, you're gonna start to take these actions and you're actually gonna physically be able to see your manifestations coming through. So that's why I feel like Jupiter moving into Aries is very, very important date. All the stuff we've been talking about, all the action we've been talking about, it's like this energy that comes from Jupiter going direct and moving into the house of Aries is literally like an ignition switch. I use the example of the vroom sound when you're watching NASCAR and they say, "Gentlemen, start your engines." You know what I'm saying? It's that sound because it's definitely like the you're getting ready to take off sound, right? It's funny because when I was getting ready for this week, I started remembering. I used to watch NASCAR over with Tim and Tina all the time, and we used to watch it every weekend. We had these huge, massive cookouts. We just had a lot of fun every single race, and I definitely missed that time. Let's keep going though. December 22nd, the sun is going to move into Scorpio. That's so not true. The sun is going to move into Capricorn. So happy birthday, all the Capricorns out there. Of course, my honey is a Capricorn, so I'm really excited for his season. But then December 23rd, we also have the new moon in Capricorn. And everyone's talking about that, right? Capricorn season and the new moon in Capricorn. New moon, new energy. It's all very exciting. But I do want to mention one more thing. You'll see it right there, right underneath there, the new moon in Capricorn. I put the 23rd also has Chiron moving direct. So, guys, Chiron on your chart is not actually a planet, it's an asteroid. It's large enough that it is in the between your Jupiter and Uranus. So it definitely affects our energies, right? It's very strong. And Chiron is it's called the wounded healer, but it represents your healing path in this lifetime, right? Like, so how you're going to heal, what you're going to heal from, right? So that's what Chiron is. If you guys didn't know, you can check your charts, and it'll tell you how this asteroid moving direct is going to affect you. Um, I will say that Chiron has been in a 6-month retrograde, which means we've all been digging deep and trying. Sorry, guys, scammer on Facebook. Let me get rid of it really quick, guys. All free readings. Please don't click the links. All right, I think I got him. Anyway, where was I? Chiron. So, as Chiron is going to, was retrograde. That's what I was saying. Is like we, did a little bit of inner shadow work, right? I don't want to say like dark night of the soul because I don't think it was that deep. I mean, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think mine personally was that deep. I definitely would say it was, some inner shadow work, but I wouldn't say like dark night of the soul. But a little bit of a period there when Chiron was in retrograde. So again, I'm kind of excited for Chiron to be going direct. It'll definitely like uplift your spirits, right? But I will say this too: when you have the sun in Capricorn and you have the new moon in Capricorn and you have Chiron going direct all at the same time, as I was looking at all the different astrological aspects, what this tells me is that this is the time for you to plant your seeds for an abundant future, whatever it is big, right, that you want ahead. And what I'm going to say now, I gave the example all week for PLR. I think the way it's going to impact us is people are really starting to accept truth, right? They're actually hunting for truth. They're going out there and looking for it. They're no longer really listening to the BS, the sugar coating. Nobody wants anything sugar coated, right? People want the truth so that they can take action, so that they can fix the problem. So I really feel like PLR, like Purple LunaRose, when I came out, I definitely came out a little bit against the grain, right? Like definitely in a little bit, you know what I mean? But it's like I wasn't saying, I didn't come out and say, yes, this is your person. Yes, you're going to marry this person. Yes, you're going to live happily ever after. Yes, buy 9 cats and wait 20 years for this person. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But when you're going against the grain, right, and you're trying to start a business and you're trying to like put yourself out there on social media, if you're not going along with what everyone else says, well, then it's a little bit harder, right? Like you don't have, I don't want to say I don't have the support because I have lots of support from lots of big entrepreneurs, but I just feel like if you go and you sugarcoat everything and you say everything in the nicest way, well, then yeah, YouTube throws your videos out everywhere. You know what I mean? But if you really are honest and you tell people what's really going to happen and why they met this person and what they're supposed to do with it, well, I feel like that's better help, right? Like that's more of following my purpose and being able to help you guys. So again, I definitely feel like the 2 years that we've been building PLR is definitely going to expand and grow as we move into the end of December. All right, let's talk about it because I put it on there. December 29th, Mercury retrograde. I know that nobody likes retrogrades, but I'm going to tell you one more time. Retrogrades, an opportunity to revisit, reclaim, redefine, and reconnect with that planet's energy if you so choose to. All right. So I know that when we hear retrograde, we're like, eh, right? I know I do, especially the Mercury. We have 3 Mercury retrogrades normally a year. And I know for most of you that have been following me this year, you noticed that all 3 were very difficult here at PLR. We definitely dealt with some phone, internet, communication. I was stuttering all over all my words. I feel it picking up. Like I can feel it happening as it's getting closer. But yeah, Mercury retrograde. And we all know it's like your exes come back, miscommunications, all that kind of stuff, right? All right. So again, as I was studying for this Mercury retrograde, I did notice something a little different. One, we normally only have three, and this is going to be the fourth retrograde. It won't end in 2022. It actually won't end until January 12th of 2023. Thank goodness it's going to be done. But so what I'm getting is though that it's like it's going to be a different Mercury retrograde than you're used to experiencing. So again, we're used to experiencing like the electronic misfires, right? And we're used to experiencing like the X's returning and that kind of stuff. I don't think that's actually what's going to return this time. I think what's going to happen is you're actually going to focus on your inner dialogue. You're going to go inward. So the way you talk to yourself, the way you manifest, the things you're speaking into existence, this Mercury retrograde, that's going to be like its purpose, like its job. So I don't want to tell you this. And then you're like, okay, Mercury retrograde's coming on the 29th. And I don't really need to think about it or stress about it or worry about it because I'm just going to go internally and I'm going to learn to think positive. All right. So here's what's going to happen. Mercury retrograde. Ready, guys? So if you focus your intention and you focus your energy, that's what comes in. That's where you go. Okay. If you ignore things and you sweep them under the rug and you're like, you know what? I don't like Mercury retrograde. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm not even going to look at it. And you sweep it under the rug, it's going to slap you in the face the whole time. You know what I mean? Like that's just the way it is. So I definitely say like revisit, right? It's an opportunity, revisit, reclaim, redefine, and reconnect. So as you go through this Mercury retrograde, you may find yourself being tested. Like you're hearing more negative thoughts, and you're like, man, I was really working on this. Why is this coming back up? Remember, guys, it has to come back up to be purged out. It has to be come back up so that you can learn the lesson. If it never comes up and it's always ignored and you always hide it under the rug, well, then you're never going to learn it and it's constantly going to be slapping you in the face, right? So I definitely say, let's try to come at retrograde energies with a little bit more of an opportunity feeling, because you're definitely going to feel those negative thoughts come up. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the difference. Ready? You're going to have the lesson. You're going to know, hey, I've already know that I'm supposed to replace these with positive thoughts. Like Rosa already told me that if I keep having these negative thoughts, well, I'm just going to keep manifesting this negative crap. So I don't want to do that no more. So I'm going to replace that negative thought with a positive thought. And the more you do that, the less negative thoughts you'll have. And here's what I think is going to happen, guys. I think because this is happening, remember, if you look up, Mercury is up there. It's the second one moving into Capricorn. I thought that was important. We talked about it. Mercury is super important, guys. And it definitely has to deal with your communication. And I definitely feel like this is going to be the Mercury retrograde that helps us overcome yet another challenging obstacle. When I was talking earlier about the big peak that we had earlier in the year, that was right about the time that we broke away from the codependency. Lots of us deal with codependency in life, right? But we tend to, here at PLR, and the ones that Spirit draws to me, we tend to have codependency issues with people, right? And so we had to learn that one, we are whole, we are not a half of anything. Um, and I know that we hear that a lot, especially on the journey that we're on. And what I'm going to say about that, guys, is everyone's going to have their own opinion about things. I really want to make sure that I say that because Amber is coming on tonight and we're going to talk about the twins. And everybody has a different journey, right? Hers is not going to be exactly like mine. Mine's not going to be exactly like hers. She may have different beliefs than I have. I may have different beliefs than she has. But really, the whole thing boils down to unconditional love, right? So as long as that's our focus, then it goes just fine, right? But yes, I feel like we're definitely going to break a big challenging obstacle, remove a big obstacle that's been in our way for quite some time, the negative thinking, the self-doubt, that type of thing. So if you feel like you broke away from something massive that you were codependent with, as you've been following me and we've been learning these spiritual lessons together, then I definitely feel like the negative thinking is our next big challenge. That's the next big obstacle that comes in. And again, that'll come in on the 29th. All right, guys, that is all of the astrology. Erica says it makes sense. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it does. All right, let's get the video off. I do have a few announcements I want to mention just really quickly. I forgot to get the thumbnail for the air signs, but don't forget Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And here it is, guys. Here is our very own Amber. Oh, look, I forgot to take. I'm sorry, Erica. But here's our very own Amber. Rare, that's me, 1111. She's over on Instagram, guys. She has a YouTube. If you haven't checked her out, you're definitely missing out. But her interview is tonight. So me and her, we're just gonna have a girl chat. I was really stressing about like what questions to ask and what to say, and like what if what she says is different than what I say. You know what I'm saying? I was like really just stressing out about all this, and then I realized like I talk to her 30 times a day, every day. Like we're just gonna put a camera on. That's the only difference. But I am going to talk to her a little bit about her own twin journey. And you guys did send me some questions to help me out. I really appreciate that. So I, of course, will add those questions also. But yeah, definitely just a little divine feminine energy tonight. So make sure to come back and join us. I'm going to do that at 7 p.m. Central Time. 7 p.m. Central Time, guys. All right. So last day, it's the last day for the Etsy shop, guys. If you didn't take advantage of the Cyber Monday sale, again, you are missing out. All my readings are always in my Etsy shop, guys. I should probably talk about that. I've never had to do this. It's how I know we're growing, right? But so we have, unfortunately, we have been cloned. So I know that I should be more upset about this, and I should be like, oh, those scammers, you know what I mean? Kind of like earlier on Facebook. But it just means we're growing, guys. And I don't know, it doesn't really bother me that much. I feel like for the most part, the ones that Spirit draws to me, you guys have a lot of common sense, right? And you're not going to click those buttons and follow the scammers anyway. But I do want to go ahead and say it. Yes, guys, the only way you can get a private reading from me is now going to be only on Etsy. No more readings in the comments. I won't ask you to inbox me. I won't ask you to send me a friend request. In fact, most of you will notice that I do keep my family and my personal Facebook separate from PLR. I actually was told to do that when I started the business. It's definitely like a tax purpose situation. And so everything is separate. If you send me a Facebook request, I'm going to send you a group invitation for my private group. That's the way it is. I also, of course, have Purple LunaRose Tarot on Facebook. And that's where we were cloned. So they used my picture and everything, guys. I did report it. So I would say, guys, if you guys see that there's someone impersonating me or asking you to inbox or offering you to give you a reading in the comments, it is not me, guys. I promise you, the only way is going to be on Etsy. And of course, if you come in here and watch the lives, I always offer free readings at the end of every live. So we do fire signs on Monday. We do earth signs on Tuesday. Today, we're going to do the water signs. Tomorrow, we're going to do the air signs. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can come in here, hang out with me, and I will offer you a free reading at the end of this live. That's it. That's the only way, guys. So please don't fall for any of the scammers. It's everywhere. It's going everywhere. It's not just the tarot world. Unfortunately, there's just scammers everywhere, and they just happen to find the tarot readers at this time. But I'm sure everybody knows what I'm talking about. You guys have seen it everywhere. If you would like a private reading, guys, I do the private readings in my Etsy shop. I record the readings made to order. I do offer 2 questions with each reading, and then I send you your own private link that only you can watch and whoever you share that video with. Those readings are good for 2 weeks, guys. I don't leave them up forever. Of course, I have a business to run, and there's only a certain amount of space. So 2 weeks. And I also say too, like, don't get stuck in an energy. I could give you a reading and the energy could change the next day, and now you're stuck in this energy because you want this thing to happen. You see what I'm saying? Don't get stuck in an energy. Things change all the time. So yes, guys, 2 weeks. That's usually how it is. Cyber Monday sale code is Cyber 2022. Again, I believe it goes to 11 p.m. tonight. So go make sure to check that out and get your own reading. And for those of you that did take advantage of the coupon, thank you so very much. I always appreciate your business. All right. I think that is going to be it. How did we do? We did bad. It's 24 minutes. It's funny. Well, the first time we did it in 20 minutes, then we did 15. So I don't know what happened. I got to jibber jabbering. All right. Let me get my timestamps ready. Let me grab a water. Rosme111 on YouTube. Hello. All right, guys. So Cancer first. I guess I should tell you about the cards we're going to use. I did move them, change them around just a little bit. Spirit asked me to do Power of Love. I don't think I've ever used the Power of Love activation cards for the main spread. So that's going to be pretty interesting. I did feel the need to go ahead and stick with the Modern Witches Tarot. So that's what we're going to use to clarify. I did pull out the Angels and Ancestors. I've been using these all morning for myself, guys. Making some new spreads. I love this Oracle deck, Diana. I just cannot express. I don't know. It's like the moment I opened it. And I mean, I love all my cards, guys, all of them. If you've gifted me cards, I love them. I try to use them as often as possible. But yeah, there's just something about that Angels and Ancestors Oracle that just draws me all the time. All right. And then I also pulled out the Moonology Oracle to wrap it up and close it up. I love that the blue moon is on the bottom. Believe in the impossible. Definitely. All right. Timestamps for Cancer. Let's see. 2607. So Cancer, this is going to be for the week of December 4th through December 10th. What a random number, right? 2607. All right, so Cancer, I did talk about the astrology at the beginning. I do recommend watching that portion because I did mention all of December's hot dates, so you can get your calendar, mark it down, and be prepared. Knowledge is power. All right, Cancer, let's look at your main energy. What is the energy you're going to be working with December 4th through December 10th? You have responsibility. Ooh, Cancer, I got this card. It says you're aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So I feel like I got that card. And remember, I'm a Cancer rising. But I feel like when I did my own reading, of course, I pulled this card. And I think it's because, again, this is the time where our thoughts are so important. There's so much manifestation energy that Cancer, if we have negative thinking, we definitely could bring those things into existence. And what I will say too, Cancer, I think I forgot to mention when we were talking about the astrology, is if we decide to, I'm so sorry, if we decide to ignore it, like if we decide to just continue with the negative thinking and not try to replace those thoughts, what's going to happen is we're actually going to start another cycle. So you're at this period right now, Cancer, where I feel like Spirit's saying, you're at the split in the road. You can go this way or you can go this way. And if you decide to continue and not focus on those thoughts, not put your attention on what it is that you're thinking, you very much could go to a certain way where you're going to start that loop again. And the rest of us are going this way. You see what I'm trying to say? So make sure, Cancer, that you're very intentional about your thoughts and that you're paying attention to what thoughts you have. And if you catch yourself having any negative thoughts, that you're replacing those thoughts with a positive thought. All right, let's look at challenge or obstacle. What is the challenge or obstacle? So with the responsibility, Cancer, I'm kind of getting like it's your responsibility. If you want something, if you're trying to manifest something, which we all are this week, it's like you're responsible for it. You're going to have to take the action. So let's see, what is the challenge or obstacle? Willingness. Cancer. All right. So willingness is you're able to compromise if the end result is love. So there's definitely an issue with compromise here. Guys, so today is the day, right? I should have probably mentioned that earlier. But today is November 30th. I know that we're looking at December and Cancer. I know that this is the first week of December, but today is November 30th, and today Venus and Mars are in opposition. I actually made a whole video about it, guys. I know YouTube didn't throw it out. Facebook did, but it's on YouTube and Facebook, guys. So go check it out. But yes, Mars and Venus are your masculine and feminine energies, right? And so they're opposing each other at this moment. This is definitely the time to compromise. Again, some of us feel the energy a little bit early. Some of us feel it when it's happening, and some of us feel it a little bit later. So I could be talking to a Cancer who's dealing with that opposition energy a little bit later, right? All right, let's look at lesson learned. So we have compassion coming out. Boy, spirit is being good to me with these cards. Let's do the outcome. And we have vision. So the vision, the fogginess clears is what I'm getting. Action is on the bottom. So I definitely feel like spirit's asking you to take action. It's like you're responsible to take that action. Cancer, I'm almost getting like spirits open the things up, done the things that you needed to be able to travel forward. And again, you have to choose whether you're going to go forward or whether you're going to repeat the same cycle. All right, so lesson learned says compassion. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. That's what I'm trying to do every day, right? Vision is here, and it says, no matter what, you see the bigger picture of a loving and just universe. I'm getting a little bit of woe me. I do that a lot with the vision card, where it says like you're getting a picture of a loving and just universe. Like the universe isn't against you, Cancer. All right, let's pull some tarot and let's see if we can get a little bit more information. All right, let's start over there with willingness. I feel like I know this is about your thoughts. Keeping positive thoughts, manifesting positivity. So it's funny, Two of Swords. Two of Swords is also compromise. And that's what it says, right? You have to compromise. So I'm definitely getting like there's some sort of compromise that's here, Cancer. Maybe it's not going to be as big. And I really don't, I have a hard time saying that because I know with the astrology that whatever it is big, right? Maybe what it is that you're manifesting takes a lot of work. So for me, again, just using myself as an example, when I'm trying to manifest more business, that means I have more work to do, right? So, there's definitely things like that. I feel like we don't think about those things. We're like, man, I wish my business would grow. Yeah, that's great and all until you're working 12 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? 16 hours a day. Guys, when I first started my business, you can ask Junior, no joke. It was 16 hours a day. And I would just get up, go straight to my desk, and I would work. Forget to eat, forget to drink water. I mean, all those not good things. And I would just work and work and work. So yeah, when you're building your business, you're definitely going to spend a lot of time there. And I feel like I'm talking to a Cancer who's trying to build something, trying to manifest something. And it's like, you're going to have to compromise. It's not going to come the exact way you're trying to make it. That could be like what the holdup is. That could be like what the negative thought is, right? All right, let's look at compassion. So we have the Devil coming out. That's all about compassion, right? It's also Capricorn energies. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. But the Devil card talks about toxicity and unhealthy binds. Guys, if you're following me and we're all here together, right? Oh, there's my honey. Oh, well, you guys can't see him yet. Sorry. But we're all breaking unhealthy, toxic binds, right? I don't believe in cord cutting or anything like that, and that's not what I'm talking about. But there's definitely a codependency, right? And that's what we were breaking. That's what we're healing from. And that's kind of what I'm picking up here. So the compassion card says that you demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. And this is lesson learned that can help you with this challenge or obstacle where you're having to make a compassion. So it's literally coming from unconditional love that you're going to be able to make this specific compromise, right? All right, let's look at the vision card. So we have the moon coming out. So the vision said, remember, it was about a just universe. And it was about like, I got like Cancer was thinking like, this is unfair, or it's not working for me, or something's harder for me and it's not for them. I was definitely picking that. Like the universe is against me type of energy. So with the moon coming out on top of that, I just want to say 2 big major arcanas, 2 out of 3 Cancer. But with the moon coming out, it kind of tells me there's an illusion. There's an illusion that you're not seeing something. And I just want to say a lot of times with the moon card, and I'm getting, of course, this could just be you because it's Cancer energy, right? But it could definitely just be your fear, your fear of growth or your fear of whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Again, an illusion. So let's say, for example, I'm trying to manifest more business. And then I say, well, man, this is too much work. how am I going to do all this work? There's not enough hours in the day, right? That's my fear. It's an illusion that I can't do something, or that I won't be able to do it, or that spirit will make it harder for me. You see what I mean? I feel like that's what spirit helps you with this week. And the reason I say spirit helps you with is because, again, you got 2 out of 3 major arcanas. And remember, major arcanas are where spirit steps in. It's like divinely fated energy, right? Like you can't do the devil energy. You can't do the moon. You can't do it's where spirit has to step in and do something. The 2 of Swords, like that's a minor arcana. You can compromise, right? 3 of Wands, you can take action towards your future. All right, Cancer. See, I know that I have to take action, but for most of you that are following me, you're on the same spiritual path, the same journey, right? So I feel like you're going to understand me. I'm definitely just like you at that point where it's like, I know that the new cycle is starting, but it's like the path isn't quite laid out. You know what I'm trying to say? All right, so guidance for Cancer. We're going to ask your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. So we have the Traveler coming out. It says move in a new direction. That's a big clue right there, Cancer. All right. And then we have Snake coming out. This is one of my favorite cards, right, Diana? Shed old skin. And it's like the old way is done. And I've been saying that for, I don't know, like 6 months, right? The old way is done. We're done doing it this way. We have to start preparing ourselves for the new way. All right, and now we have the Great Teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. And that's exactly what's happening, right? There's something about innocent here, Cancer. Someone's innocent. There's definitely an energy of like there's an unjust situation. And I definitely get with that dove, like I heard the word innocent. All right, let's go ahead and close it out with the Moonology Oracle for Cancer. Nice. Oh, I love it. Prosperity lies ahead. It's the new moon in Taurus. Luck is on your side. It's the new moon in Sagittarius. And a new start is coming. It's the new moon. Beautiful reading, Cancer. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all those very good things. I'm going to clean up really quickly, guys, and then we will jump to Scorpio. I don't know about you guys, but I love that Cancer reading. Cancer is manifesting big things. Definitely takes control of the negative thoughts, right? Removes the obstacle of the manifesting of the negativity. Hi, Sandra. She says here just in time. It's so true. We're fixing to start Scorpio. All right. Let me grab a drink really quickly. And Junior messaged me, so I gotta check. I'm sorry. Forgive me. And then, of course, I had to tell him I love him, and it's all in caps. So now he thinks I'm screaming at him. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's get started with Scorpio. It's so funny how the numbers jump when it's time for Scorpio. How interesting, right? I swear it happens every week. All right, Scorpio, let's do 3853. 3853. So, Scorpio, this is going to be for the week of December 4th through December 10th of 2022. I did talk about the astrology at the beginning of the video. I do recommend watching it if you haven't caught it this week. We've been talking about the December hot dates all week. Apparently, there's a message. Or I just got to breathe. I'm not sure. this new thing has been happening, guys. Like when I'm studying on certain signs, or I'm getting ready to do a reading for a certain sign, it's like all of a sudden all this just wave of information, right, comes in, and it's sometimes super intense, especially for Scorpio. Um, hmm. All right, so I'm just going to say it. Scorpio, there's a health. Somebody needs to just go to a doctor, check your health. I just want to say it's me. Like, I've been having to go to the doctor. Ever since I decided to adult, I've been having to go. And it's like you go to the doctor once. Like, I never got sick, never had any issues, had one thing happen, go to the doctor. And now it's like I have everything all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like you go once and it's like a trigger, and all of a sudden everything starts breaking. But yeah, I'm definitely getting like there's a health thing. Let's see if it comes out. And I'm just going to say, Spirit's not going to tell me some health thing that's like, emergency room situation, because he knows I'm just not going to play that game. So it's going to be something like you already know. And it's like, you need to take care of it, or you need to do it. And it's like me telling you, hey, Spirit said something about your health. It's supposed to like make you go, oh, wow, I best do that, right? Like that's kind of what I'm getting. All right, Scorpio, let's start over. I'm not even going to read timestamp because I don't even know who that was for. So let's see. Every Scorpio, right? Like everybody on the planet. Hi, Clarissa. All right, here we go, Scorpio. Energy of the week. I am using the power of love activation. This is actually my first time using these for the whole spread, so it's coming out pretty interesting. Commitment comes out, Scorpio. All right, it says you dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. All right, so that's true. That is a Scorpio. I don't even know how to not say that's not Scorpio. Scorpios are very committed, loyal. I don't even know what the word is. It's like once you're a friend with a Scorpio, it's like they're always, even if you don't talk, it's like they're always going to be your friend. They're always going to have your back. They're always going to support or encourage you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Scorpio, at least all the Scorpios that I know. Now, yes, we all know that Scorpios have that stinger. Don't piss them off, but don't piss anybody off. Like who wants to be that person, right? I don't want to find out what Aries does when you piss them off. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to find out what Capricorn does. You know what I mean? But yes, we all know Scorpio has a stinger, but they're also very loyal, very dedicated, and very committed, especially to a family, children, that type of situation. I feel like that could be what it's talking about. Wow. Okay. Spirit has something to say to Scorpio today. Don't shoot the messenger, guys. I don't think it's that bad. Be in the present. There's something about not being in the present is a challenge or obstacle. So it says you live in the moment and you're able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. So right now, you're currently trying to do something, and most likely it's going to have something to do with commitment, Scorpio. And you're having difficulty doing this, and it doesn't have to be a person. Like this doesn't have to be a relationship, guys. This could be a job. Let's say you had this job, you've had it for 10 years, and all of a sudden you're like, man, I don't know if I want to go back to this job. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something like that, right? And this again could be a relationship for some Scorpio. But it's like you're in the situation, and it's like you're having difficulty being in the present. And like that could be why you're having difficulty with the commitment, because you're in the past of something, or you're trying to think ahead of something. It's definitely like that. My hand's itching. It's definitely like that. The hanged man, right? That Pisces hanged man, all in their head. They can't go backwards. They can't go forward. So like they can't get anything fixed or done, right? And that's kind of what I'm getting. Spirit saying you need to be in the present. And here's what I'm going to say, Scorpio. Let's say you're in the wrong job. Let's say that you're in the wrong relationship. Sitting there and going, man, I wish, man, I wish, man, I wish is not going to change anything, right? I feel like a lot of times we're in relationships where we think, or we're at jobs, however this works for you, Scorpio. But it's like we're in this relationship and we think it's supposed to be perfect all the time. Or we think that we're only supposed to be with this person, let's say because we have kids. And that's not necessarily true, right? If you're not happy in the place you're at, do something different, clearly. But if you don't feel like I'm not supposed to leave my job, or I'm not supposed to leave my spouse, if you're not feeling the pull to break away from that situation, try just being present. Try just being there when you're there. Try just seeing what it is that you have. A lot of times this is gratitude, right? Like, you know how they always say you have to have gratitude to be able to get more in life. You know what I mean? So it's like, try to be present and try to find joy and happiness and gratitude in the things that are there with you right now. Stop worrying about what happened in the past. If something was supposed to be with you right now, it would still be there. You see what I'm saying? So, and I will say this too, Scorpio, if again you still feel like you're making some mistake at this job and maybe you should have done something else, or maybe this isn't the relationship for you and you should be with somebody else, if these are the thoughts that you're thinking, you have to take action towards those thoughts, right? Like, you can't just sit there and have like this. I will say too about Scorpio, and again, don't shoot the messenger, but it's like you get in these deep, intense feelings, and it's like you kind of choose to stay there for a minute. The rest of us, like the other 11 signs, cannot go as deep as Scorpio does, right? And we just can't. But that's why Scorpio has all this massive transformation all the time, right? But I feel like the transformation that's happening for you this week, if you're not going to take action, if you feel like you need to stay where you're at, is just be present. Learn to be present. Release whatever energy of the past is gone. It's gone. Everything has reason. So if you're thinking about a past job that was better, or a past relationship you thought was better, then most likely that's what you're trying to work on in the relationship or in the job that you're in now, right? You met a person for a reason. You were at a job for a reason. And even if this is not the right job, and even if this is not the right person, everything that happens has reason and purpose, right? So it's like, even if this isn't the right person, sorry, it's like there's a reason you met them. There's a reason you're with them. There's a reason you're going through these things. Try to be present so you can find out what those reasons are. And I'm just going to tell you, Scorpio, most likely it's going to be self-love. You're learning that you have to fill your cup before you can pour to everyone else. I don't know about you guys, but every Scorpio I know is always trying to take care of everyone else but themselves, right? And I don't want to say they don't take care of themselves. They just don't take care of themselves as well as they take care of everyone else. You see what I'm saying? So this is definitely about empty cup here. You may feel like you're having a hard time making a commitment, or you may feel like you're having a hard time just being present because your cup is depleted. You have nothing left. That's why it feels like it's in the wrong place or the wrong person. Make sure you start pouring into your cup. And you're like, what does that mean, Rosa, pouring into your cup? I don't know. What does that mean to you? To me, it means hot, long baths. It means listening to music and meditating and smelly incense and lotions, and taking myself to the library, because nobody likes to go to the library anymore except me. You know what I'm saying? Going to the lake, going fishing, doing something that has no, you're not going to get anything out of it other than you enjoy it, right? Like, that's self-love, self-care. Also, too, it's taking the health thing is coming back. I'm really not happy with the spirit right now. I always say, like, no health questions, no pregnancy, but it's definitely coming back. But it's like, that's going to be the self-love, self-care. You know, whatever this health thing is that I'm talking about, you know what it is, Scorpio. So, like, you know that you have to either stop doing something or do something more. I don't know what your health situation is, but it's like, you know that that's what the self-love, self-care is, right? And then transformation comes out for the end of the week. So you do transform, you do come out of that situation, you do break free, you do start to enjoy the things in the present, right? Transformation, you use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. And I feel like that's what's happening. The illusions are you stuck in your past of whatever has happened. The awareness is where you're at right now. This is what's going on right now. So again, if you don't want to repeat a cycle and you're ready to break whatever cycle you've been in, pay attention to the things that are in front of you right now. Fill your cup and stop trying to continue to pour into other people's cup when you have none in your own. I feel like that's what's going to happen this week, Scorpio. And I don't feel like it's going to be an easy transition. Transformation, it does feel like it is upright, like you do break through the illusion and you do shift into awareness, but I'm definitely getting like this is challenging. Sandra says, look for the lessons. That can be my challenge. All right, Scorpio, I dropped one. And of course, it's the Lovers. All right, so the Lovers is that soul connection. So, Scorpio, you have a soul bond or a soul connection with someone. Most likely, that's that past energy that you're holding on to. And here's what I'm going to say: the Lovers is a daily decision, right? Every single day you wake up and you have to decide and choose how, who, when, where, you know what I'm trying to say? A daily decision. Just because you have a soul connection. And what is a soul connection, right? Like everybody's like, what is that? And we're going to talk about it tonight, guys, 7 p.m. Make sure to join us. But it just means that you have connected with someone in your soul family, in your soul tribe, that has catapulted your spiritual awakening, right? It's made you all of a sudden start focusing on your spirituality, your spiritual abilities. It's made you start focusing again, self-love, self-care, one of the first things, right? So this is a choice that you're making. Do you want to be stuck in the past, or do you want to commit to the present? All right, let's look at self-love and self-care. We have the moon coming back out. Did you guys see me dig that out? Can you guys see this deck? Oh, yeah. All right, let's go. Transformation. There it is, the Three of Swords. So you do decide to choose to heal, right? Self-love, self-care, the moon, this is your fear. So there's fear, definitely. It's fear almost like if I move forward, then I'm saying that this wasn't good for me. I was trying to say that earlier. Like every experience you have purpose. You wouldn't be who you are today if you didn't have all the previous experiences. So it's like you have some sort of illusion. Again, kind of like Cancer. Interesting, right? Where it's like you think that if you do this thing or you see this thing or you feel this thing, that something bad is going to happen. Like it's not going to be good for you. You're not going to get more, something like that. And it's definitely just fear. It's not true. You don't have to be stuck in a situation in order to heal from it and in order to grow from it. And I do feel like it is the twin journey because the Three of Swords is here. So there's definitely been something that's happened, right? There's someone has a broken heart somewhere. And I just want to say this journey is tragic. So it's everybody, okay? But Three of Swords is like, this is what you're going to choose to heal. This is the energy you've been in for a minute, Scorpio. But Scorpio's had that energy of coming out, right? There for a little while, Scorpio. I felt like you had this energy, like you were trying to come out of this dark tunnel, and it was like you would get out and see the light, and then all of a sudden you would get sucked back in. And it was like it just kept repeating over and over, almost like an ocean wave that just washes in and just kept taking you back out. And then you would struggle and struggle and struggle, and you would get back out, and then all of a sudden it would take you back in. I feel like that's what this Three of Swords energy is. And I've definitely been feeling like you're coming out, you're emerging, you're not going to let it suck you back in. You're not going to let it take you back. I can't believe I said it like that. But you know what I mean? It's like you're definitely not going to let the cycle repeat. On the back, we have the Seven of Wands. On the bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands is about healthy boundaries. All right. You guys want to hear a funny story? Are you ready for it? It just jumped from like 7 to 11 in there. But here we go. Ready? Funny story. Do you know who taught me about boundaries? So you probably think it's like Miss Tina, right? She's our mother hen of our soul tribe, right? No. You probably could think that it was my ex-husband, my karmic that I divorced after 20 years. Maybe he taught me about boundaries, right? No. Are you ready? Hold on to your socks. My counterpart's karmic taught me about boundaries. Swear to goodness. And that it's okay to have them and enforce them. All right. And of course, the Mirror Guardian comes out. Take time to reflect. Big confirmation following on the Lovers card, right? She wolf, unleash the wild within. So I do feel like you've kind of been containing, holding everything in, and I do feel like it's time to just let it out, Scorpio. All right, last one, we have the Shaman, trust in higher forces. I love it. All right, Scorpio, let's close it out. And let's do the Moonology Oracle. So how many of you fell out of your chair? Just one or two? All right, Scorpio, it's time to give rather than take. I feel like that's for you. It's time for you to fill your cup. Emotions are running high. It's falling on that moon card. I do feel like there is a lot of emotion, again, from a past energy. And the blue moon, my absolute favorite card, believe in the impossible, comes out. I do feel like Spirit's going to help you transition into the situation, right? Again, 2 major arcanas, 2 out of 3. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all those good things. I'm going to clean up really quickly, and then we'll jump to the last one, Pisces. I feel like Scorpio is really fixing to have a big week, a big breakthrough. And I know they're ready. That transformation there at the end, I mean, that definitely, Scorpio's been working on that for a good minute. All right, guys, here we go with Pisces. Let's do 5609 for Pisces. So Pisces, this is for the week of December 4th through December 10th. No messages, so I'm just jumping right in. All right. So we are using the Power of Love activation cards. And this is the first time I've used them for the whole spread. I think I really like it. All right, I almost said Scorpio again. All right, Pisces, energy of the week. Elevation. You are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. I feel that, especially from last week's Pisces reading. Absolutely. All right, so the past comes back out for challenge or obstacle. This was the same for Scorpio, and I almost said Scorpio earlier. So Pisces, if you have a major placement, like maybe you're watching this because you're a Pisces sun and you have a Scorpio moon, or the other way around, I would definitely say make sure to watch both parts. The past definitely holding Scorpio up. So let's see what happens with Pisces. Tolerance comes out for lesson learned. Interesting. Pisces looks like they're going to make a different move. And they do. Action comes out for Pisces at the end. All right. So definitely elevating Pisces. Definitely still pulling that energy from last week where you're having these big breakthroughs, right? But there's still something from the past. Still something from the past that could be causing you a challenge or obstacle. It says through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. Again, Pisces, this is most likely a person. I've definitely been feeling a strong Pisces energy that's on this soul connection ride, right? Definitely on the same spiritual journey that I'm on. And it's like you're listening to me and you're hearing my words. You're watching me, you're seeing me go and do all the things. But it's like you're struggling to think or feel like you could do that too, something like that. It's like you're still holding on to this past energy because, again, guys, 4 of Pentacles, right? Do you remember the 4 of Pentacles? It's like they're stepping on the pinnacles, they're clutching them really tightly because it's like, I won't get any more, nothing better will come. Here's something that I can say 100% with no doubt. This journey, Pisces, that you're going through, I went through too. And what it taught me was that I could have better. You see what I'm saying? People are so quick to mistake the twin relationship for a soulmate. People also really actually mistake karmics for soulmates. I don't even know how that happens. Like if you're beating each other and going to jail and cussing each other, that's not a soulmate, guys. Not a soulmate.
But there's definitely like a misunderstanding of what relationship is which. That's why I'm always talking about all three. I do believe there's three. There's twin flames, there's only one, there's soulmates, you can have several, and there's karmics. You may have more than one. Let's hope you don't. But those are, karmics are difficult life lessons. I don't think this is a karmic energy. I think you definitely have like a twin energy, Pisces. You've had it for quite some time. And what it means is that you met someone, Pisces, that again catapulted your spiritual awakening. Maybe you weren't very spiritual before, and it's like now it's full blown elevation, right? I just want to say too, really, you're not the only one, Pisces. People are awakening all over the planet in masses. Not everyone is awakening on the twin journey. I don't believe that everyone that watches me is a twin. I know that's going to upset some people. I'm sorry. But I just don't. I don't feel that we all have the same purpose. If every person on the planet had the same purpose, well, that's silly, right? Like, what are we doing? Everyone has a different purpose, different things we're supposed to be doing, right? And so I do feel like tolerance is here on lesson learned. It's because you're learning that there was, again, a reason, there was purpose. That's what's going to help you be able to move forward. That's what helped me be able to move forward, right? Like, I had to find reason. Why did this happen to me? Like, what is all this crap about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to figure it out. And so the tolerance card is telling me, it's like you do find tolerance once you have understanding, right? And I feel like once that happens, you definitely take action. It took me a little while to take action, Pisces. I will say that. I feel like your energy is a little bit more ready to go than I was at this time. But it definitely, I will say this. The action card says you have the courage to express the unique, loving colors of your soul. Guys, Pisces, I didn't have the courage. I really honestly didn't. I didn't have the courage to come out here and tell people my story. It was crazy. And people didn't talk about it as much as they do today. You know what I'm saying? Like, not as often. It's not like the labels weren't as common, you know what I'm saying, as they are now. But I feel like that energy, I could be talking to like a younger Pisces, right? Because I've definitely gotten this wave of new twins that have come into the Etsy shop. And I was just telling Sandra and Diana the other day, they're so much smarter than us. They're so much quicker. It's like they waste less time. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't have to have it their way. It's like they see, oh, Spirit says, this is my thing. This is what I'm supposed to do. And they go and they're successful. I mean, there's hardly, I should say, any delays. So that's really interesting to me, Pisces. I could be talking to someone that's in that type of energy. Like, it doesn't take long to figure it out. I just want to say, if you do some studies and you go like way back, it actually didn't take very long way back either. But in the middle part, it definitely slowed down. And I feel like that's when separation and all this other stuff came into play. And that definitely caused a lot of different delays. All right, Pisces, let's look at elevation, awakening, elevating. I love it. The sun comes out. You released control. That's what happened. So the sun is like joy, of happiness, of course. It also expresses youth. So again, I'm getting like this could be like someone who's a little bit younger than me. It's like the next generation, the next wave, right? And the sun card also talks about ego, mind, and control. And so I feel like that's what happened. You release control. It's like you said, okay, I understand I have this experience, and now I don't care like what this person does. I'm going to go do my thing because I know this is what I'm supposed to do with this information, right? And as soon as you do that, that's when everything happens, right? All right, let's look at the past. So we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is actually a marriage card. So for some of you, Pisces, you could be married to this person or were married to this person. But again, marriage also talks about like conforming. So I feel like there's a little bit of you thought, this is too weird for me. This is too woo-woo for me, right? And most likely you probably weren't very spiritual when you met this person. And it's like now that's what's expanding, right? All right, let's look at tolerance for lesson learned. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I love that that's coming out. I just want to say I did this one and I didn't do this one on the other two signs. But so you already have 3 major arcanas. Cancer and Scorpio only had 2 out of 3 major arcanas. We still have 1 more card to go. Spirit definitely stepping into the water signs this week. Can you guys see that? So Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. The Wheel of Fortune represents Jupiter, and Jupiter is moving direct, coming out of retrograde. So like good luck, good fortune, things starting to turn in your favor. So it's almost to me like as soon as you acknowledge or release release the control of the expectation, how you wanted it to turn out. As soon as you said, okay, it doesn't matter how it turns out. If it's meant to be, it'll be. I'm going to go do my thing over here. It's like as soon as you start doing that, again, that wheel starts turning and you become unstuck. And all of a sudden, the things that you've been waiting for start to come in. And all of a sudden, there's a lot of action to take, right? All right, last card, Ace of Pentacles. So definitely new beginnings, new start. I love it. I'm so proud of you, Pisces. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. Six of Pentacles is on the bottom. It's definitely assistance. Pisces definitely had some assistance. All right, I just want to say spirit clearly. And I mean, the ace is not a major arcana, but an ace is like a hell yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost a major arcana. So beautiful. It's beautiful. Pisces definitely doing it. And when we first picked up on this Pisces energy, they were really stuck in that twin 3D thing. Like, no, I met this person. This is the way it's supposed to be. And I was like, no, it's not. All right. Guidance. We're going to use angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. I've been told to say and spirit guides. All right, so we have the Shonen Master. Be graceful in movement and action. So that's twice the action card. We have Drum. It says dream and journey. So I feel like it's a big confirmation of the journey here, right? And the Moon card, another big confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Take note of intuitive messages. So I do feel like Spirit is going to send you some information this week. It's going to open it up. You're going to be able to take that action and start that new beginning. Again, good job, Pisces. On the bottom, lady, it says, enjoy growth and reap the rewards. I love it. Super beautiful reading. All right, Pisces. I'm so happy with the water signs today. All right, let's do the Moonology Oracle to close it out for Pisces. And remember, these help with your thoughts and emotions. Pisces, not so emotional this week. I know it's full moon time. I know we're releasing, but it's like we've gained all this wisdom. We've gained all this knowledge. Knowledge is power. And it's like, that's definitely helping you move through this energy. And remember, the Gemini full moon is going to teach you something. It's actually going to teach you what action it is that you can take. Remember, we talked about that at the beginning with the astrology. All right, conclusions are within reach. It's the full moon eclipse. I definitely feel like you're almost there. Adjustments are required. It's the third quarter moon. And last one, look at the bigger picture. It's the full moon in Sagittarius. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Pisces. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe. All those very good things. I just want to say beautiful reading. I'm so proud of Pisces right now. I don't even know who you are. I've been asking like whoever this energy is. And I've had a few people say, oh, well, I'm a Pisces and this happened to me. But I'm not sure. I'm not saying that's not the energy I'm picking up with. It's definitely like a collective energy, but it's like there's someone and it just sticks out to me. But it's like new energy. You know what I'm saying? Like this person hasn't been following. I don't know. I would say less than a year, maybe less than 6 months. But yeah, I'm just so proud right now. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you so much. Sandra says, I feel like the younger generation does not have the challenges with limiting beliefs as a lot of us did when we were younger. That is so true, Sandra. So very true. All right, guys. So I know that normally this is when I would offer free readings, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I need to get ready for Amber's interview tonight. I will be doing a Q&A after the interview, guys. So we may possibly do some free readings, especially some twin energy updates tonight. So make sure if you're on this very specific spiritual journey that I'm on, that you join us tonight. We're going to talk to Amber Rare. That's me, 1111. She's on Instagram. She's on YouTube. She started following me a while back, guys. And she's definitely on this twin journey. And she has started following her purpose. She released expectation and has started doing the things, right? And she's seeing all the things that open up for her, just like they did for me when I started. So it's really beautiful and exciting time. So yes, we're going to do an interview with her tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure to come back and join us, and we'll do a live Q&A after. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming in and joining me for the water signs. Don't forget air signs tomorrow, 3 p.m. I love you guys, and I'm always, always, always sending you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you.